awesome. I know. I'm very excited. All of us leaders are really excited about this weekend. It's been described as the best weekend of your life, but really it's like a giant party. Really big party. Hey, speaking of really big parties, I want to talk to you about Jesus a little bit. Who in here has been to a wedding? A few people been to weddings. You go to it on a Friday or Saturday or whenever, and you go there for a few hours and they get married and you might dance a little bit or drink a little bit and eat food and go home and go to bed. Not Jesus' day. In Jesus' day, weddings were like the biggest deal ever. It was a week-long celebration. And they got married, and for the next week, literally the next week, they would party hard. I mean, they'd drink wine and dance and eat and just the whole week. You can imagine how much wine they went through. Before everybody got into this wedding, tons of people came out to it. There would be these huge, almost like bathtub size, like buckets of water, like cauldrons of water, and they were used for people to come and to wash their feet off before they went into the wedding. I don't know how many of you guys have ever mopped the floor. Have you seen that water? Like, it's not clean, right? Listen, imagine these people. I mean, they don't have these Nike Frees and bean boots that everybody's wearing today on these sidewalks and paved roads and inside their cars. They're walking on bare feet or like sandals. They're probably pretty crappy. And on dirt roads and through fields and through who knows what. Probably animal poop. And they would wash their feet off in these buckets and then go into the wedding. And can you please imagine that water? I mean, there's like filthy and there's clean, and that is like way it's like really gross. So anyways, there's this wedding in Galilee, and Jesus, his mother, and his disciples are all there. I'm going to read a little bit from John chapter 2. On the third day, there was a wedding in Cana of Galilee, and the mother of Jesus was there. Now both Jesus and his disciples were invited to the wedding. And when they ran out of wine, the mother said to him, "They have no wine." Jesus said to her, "Woman, what does your concern have to do with me? My hour has not yet come." His mother said to the servants, "Whatever he says to you, do it." Now there were set there 6 water pots of stone, according to the manner of purification of the Jews, containing 20 or 30 gallons apiece. Jesus asked them, "Fill the water pots with water." And they filled them up to the brim. And he said to them, "Draw some out now, and take it to the master of the feast." Wow. There's so many things that were said there. Can you imagine being a servant at this huge wedding and Jesus asking you to go get that filthy water, disgusting water, and go present it to the master of the feast for him to drink because they're out of wine? That's trust right there. I mean, that they trusted him to do whatever he said. That's incredible. I mean, he didn't say, "Hey, go get that bucket of water out there and clean it down, wipe it down with some bleach, and then we'll get some clean water and put it in there." No. They got the filthy water, disgusting water, and brought it to the head of the whole party. That's incredible. Another thing that was pretty cool there, how Jesus turned that water, not even water, to wine, but the filthiest water to the best wine. It says here, when the master of the feast had tasted the water that was made wine, and did not know where it came from, but the servants who had drawn the water knew, the master of the feast called the bridegroom and said to him, "Every man at the beginning sets out the good wine, and when the guests have well drunk, then the inferior. You have kept the good wine until now." So he's saying, why'd you do that? Why'd you give us the bad wine, and now we have the awesome wine? That's what I'm saying. Jesus turned the worst into the best. Hey, sometimes maybe our lives can look like that dirty, filthy water. And maybe we can't see a way out of it or see hope in any way. And we're just like, wow, we're stuck in this dirty, disgusting life. I don't feel good here. I want to leave, but I can't. I know in my own life, I had a time like this. I was in 8th grade, about 13 or 14 years old, a little bit younger than you guys. My dad sat me down one day and said, you know what? I'm really sorry to do this, but I can't be here anymore. And me and your mom, we're just not getting along, and I can't do it. So him and my mom got divorced, and I really didn't know how to feel about it. I was angry at him, like, how could he just give up? A lot of things that I didn't really understand. And I had to deal with it, and I was like, wow, this is crappy. I'm at a low right now, and the only thing that can maybe fix it is my dad coming back, and that's not going to happen. So I was just there, alone, angry, and broken. So it's just me, my mom, and my little sister, who's in 6th grade, who didn't really know what was going on at the time. So had to grow up real quick. Kept going, kept living, doing whatever. And about 6 to 8 months later, I was going into my freshman year of high school. Started to realize my mom was not the same. Was acting different, Something was up with her, and I didn't really know what it was. Started going to high school, started to learn some things and see some things, and started to figure out that thing that was wrong with my mom was alcohol. She had become an alcoholic. I remember I'd come home from football practice, 6 o'clock at night, and I'd find my mom passed out drunk on the couch. I remember one night in particular, I went in there, I sat down in the kitchen by myself and just broke down. I didn't know. I thought that before my parents got divorced that my life was, at a low, and the lowest it could go, and now it just dropped even lower, and just completely felt broken. And my sister walked down the stairs and said to me, "Hey Doug, what's for dinner?" I don't know. I can't even drive. I don't know what to do. So, from that point, I would go each day and struggle. And I'd been going to Younglife a little bit, going to club, whatever, to hang out with friends and kind of get away from some stuff that was going on at home, really that no one knew about. And my Younglife leader, Greer, came up to me and asked me, "Hey, how would you like to go to Frontier Ranch this summer?" I was like, "Yeah, I'd love to, but I can't afford that, and I don't really want to leave my family. Whatever you kids say, God can." But he said, "Hey, what if you can go for free? What if I took you for free?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll definitely get them." So he's like, "All right, you're coming." I went to Frontier Ranch as a sophomore. I was introduced to Jesus in a different way that I'd never experienced before, and completely fell in love with him. Here I was, this broken, angry, pissed off kid, that didn't want anything to do with it really, but I couldn't help this love that I felt from him. So I decided right then to trust him, just like those servants trusted him to bring that disgusting water to the head of the feast. I was going to trust him with my life. He didn't tell them, "Hey, look, go get this water. This is what's going to happen. It's going to turn into the best wine ever. And you guys are going to be fine." I still, at this point, don't know where my life is headed or where exactly I'll be, but I do know that I have him with me, and his love is going to turn me into something great. I know that my life's not perfect right now, but it's definitely taken, since then, a dramatic turn. And after I got back from Frontier, my junior year of high school, my mom found a a guy named Kurt that started hanging out with us a little bit and came into my life and dated a little bit. And Kurt wanted to marry my mom. And I thought it was awesome. Kurt was a great guy. And he said to my mom, I'm not going to marry you until you get help. I've seen what you've done in this family, and I want to make it right. So Kurt gets my mom into rehab. We're all there to support her and stuff. And after, it's a long journey, but today she's clean and married to Kurt. And I've forgiven her for all that, mainly due to this love that I feel by Jesus and what he's done for me. So I'm not going to say it's a perfect, family life and everything is perfect. I mean, it's not. But from that low point that I was sitting at that kitchen table and my sister asked me what's for dinner, to now it's like, it's the same as that filthy water to wine to me. Look, I know that you guys, as high schoolers, maybe have gone through something like this, or maybe you're going through it right now. Maybe your parents got divorced. Maybe one of your parents has a problem with alcohol or drugs or something. Or maybe you have that problem. Or maybe your boyfriend or girlfriend just broke up with you and you feel just broken. Look, you young life leaders have been there. All of us have been through a situation that has made us realize God's love for all of us, especially you guys. And I encourage you guys this week to talk to your leaders about something. Maybe something that's really deep. I mean, I would never come up to my young life leader at the club and say that, what was bothering me. I understand that. But your leaders want to talk to you and want to help you. Maybe a short talk. If you guys are there, grab a few minutes with them or something, get a milkshake. Another thing I want to ask you guys is, do you believe that he can do that? Do you believe God can turn the worst situation into something amazing? I'm going to pray for you guys. Dear Lord,